everybody. How do you like my burger? I'm a burger. I'm a burger. La 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 la. Got something in my eye here. What? Come on now. We need some more people to join. Hello, Anita. Hello, Jordy. Hello, Rainer. Storytime with Shane Onyou is about to start. Get your humans ready. Hi, Emily. Get my books organized. You guys like the burger costume? Doesn't have to be hamburger meat. It can be whatever you want it to be. It can be Beyond Beef or Beyond Meat or whatever they call it, that plant-based thing. Ooh, love this look. You like this look? Ooh, a little burger for everybody. Who doesn't love a good burger? Whatever your burger looks like. Right? I agree. Yeah, we're just waiting for more people to join. That's basically what we're doing. So yeah. And... oh, we won't do that one. Get your kids gathered around. Get ready for story time. And we'll start out with our interesting fact first from our, we'll get it going while we're waiting. Little Kid's First Big Book of Where by Jill Essbaum. It's a National Geographic kids book, and it's just full of facts, and I thought it was really cool, so I'm starting out each day now with a new fact. So today's fact is going to be, where does the let's start that again. Where does the loudest insect live? Interesting. Let's find out. Oh, cicadas win the loudest insect award. They are found all over the world. The cicada spends most of its life in soil, drinking tree sap for food. But when it becomes an adult, it crawls to the surface into trees and shrubs. Then it sheds its shell-like skin and grows wings and begins to make loud buzz, buzz, buzz sound. The loudest cicada is a green grocer cicada, and it lives on the coast, or near the coast in Australia. It has a 122 decibel song and can be heard 1.5 miles away. Holy Moses. So there is one right there. There's a picture of the loudest insect in the world. Crazy. He's kind of pretty though, as far as insects go. I'm sure some people like insects. I am not a fan, but I understand the need for them, so I don't kill them. I don't do that. I just stay out of their way and try my best to stay out of their way. So let's start today with a book from the Okotoks Library. This is a banned book. For whatever reasons, there's lots of books that are banned in different countries all over the world for different reasons. Let's see if by the end of the book we can maybe come to our own reasons of why this book might be banned somewhere. So we're going to start out with, if I can get Instagram facing right, it's called The Sissy Duckling. I've read this one before. I like this one. It's by Harvey Fierstein and illustrated by Henry Cole. And again, this is from my good friends over at the Okotoks Public Library, my friend, the librarian Lara. So there at the beginning, does anybody know what that is? Or what it's used for? Sure, Rainer. Sorry, guys, I was just reading a message on there. Let's get started with the Sissy Duckling. All right, there's a, oh, I like that artwork, too. This is a great, great artwork. I love it. Okay. Elmer was the happiest duckling in the whole forest. He loved to build things and paint pictures and play make-believe. He also enjoyed helping around the house, and he was especially fond of decorating cookies. Yes, Elmer was one happy duckling, doing all the things he loved to do. Unfortunately, there wasn't a single other little duckling who liked any of the stuff that Elmer did. No one. They boxed while Elmer baked. When they built forts, Elmer made sand castles. They had a football game, and Elmer put on a puppet show. Sometimes Elmer played with the kids, but most of the time he played alone. You'll never get along with the world if you don't learn to play with others, Papa Duck told his son. It's time for you to learn baseball. How about I put on a halftime show instead? Offered Elmer. Papa Duck just shook his head. What's the point? Elmer said. I can't catch. I can't throw. We need to turn that scowly face into a happy face. Dad's a little cranky. You don't have to catch or throw. Just hit the ball, said Papa, plunking a batting helmet onto Elmer's little head. This is going to be a disaster, thought Elmer, as the first pitch streaked past his head. Batter can't hit, chanted the catcher. Elmer snapped back. Don't point out your shortcomings. Do I point out your shortcomings? Sorry, my bad. As the umpire called, Strike 2! Swing, hollered Papa. Swing! Another pitch flew by, right into the catcher's glove. Strike 3, called the umpire. You're out! Really? I'm done? Elmer asked, tossing aside his helmet and bat. Thanks for a swell time, fellas, he announced. See you in the postseason. And then, to the amazement of all, he skipped merrily away. Zoom, there goes the pitcher. Everybody said, whoa, whoa. But then look, he doesn't care. Bye-bye. Elmer was getting ready for bed when he heard his papa shouting in the living room. Sissy! They all called him Sissy. Now I'm the laughing stock of the whole flock. When Mama came to tuck Elmer into bed, it took all of his courage to ask her, What's a sissy? Mama sat down next to him and explained, Sissy is a cruel way of saying that you don't do things the way others think you should. How do they want me to do things? Just like they do, Mama said with a smile. You're special, Elmer, and being special sometimes scares those who are not. I don't want to be special, Elmer quietly confessed. But you are, Mama said, holding Elmer close, and one day you will amaze us all. Mama's woke! Elmer arrived at school the next morning to find big bully Drake Duckling blocking the path. No sissies allowed at my school, Drake squawked. Elmer faced him down, bill to bill. You're just angry because I do things differently, but one day I will amaze you all. Who fed you that line? Drake chuckled. Elmer bellowed back, My mama! What a sissy, Drake howled, and the other ducklings joined in teasing Elmer until Miss Hennypecker appeared at the door. I heard that, announced the teacher, and you're all going to stay after class until you learn to get along. The ducklings grumbled and mumbled and waddled into the old schoolhouse. Yeah, we should definitely be nice to everybody. That's for sure. Because everyone blamed Elmer for having to stay late, he decided it would be wise to let them leave school first. He took a good look round before stepping out from behind the door. Alone at last, he said to himself and started down the path. See, there's nothing to worry about. Wanna bet? Came a thundering reply. Drake sprang from his hiding place, his fists raised for a fight. Elmer had no time to think. He made a break towards home, running harder than he had ever run before, with Drake chasing his every step. They jumped over fallen trees, splashed through puddles, crashed through branches, and leaped across the stream. Elmer was so frightened that he couldn't catch his breath. Not when he reached his house, not when he got in his room, not even when he locked the door and hid under his bed. Even then, alone in the dark, there was no peace for Elmer. There's Big Bully Drake. And there's Elmer under his bed. He ran away instead of fighting, Papa bellowed. He was being chased, Mama argued back. In a few weeks we'll fly south for the winter, and it'll be every duck for himself. Only the strong will survive. If you stopped thinking like a sneaker commercial, you'd see that Elmer is just as strong as any other duckling. Elmer is a sissy. Elmer is your son, Mama pleaded. He's no son of mine, declared Papa. Poor Elmer heard his father's words, and his heart crumbled into pieces. What do you do when your own Papa calls you names? What do you do when your own Papa calls your names? Well, I say you talk to another parent, you talk to somebody you trust, and you find out if there's a way that we can get around the names. Sometimes names come out and people don't really think first. So, you know, if you can tell somebody and talk through it. Elmer didn't want to make Mama unhappy or his Papa angry anymore. He filled his pillowcase with his paints and tools and a picture of his parents. He tied them up in a bundle and carried it away into the night. The forest was dark and silent. Elmer was relieved that there was no one around to see his tears when he slipped into the great pond and swam away from home. See, there he is packing up all the stuff. And there he's swimming away. What's going to happen? Oh, there's the forest. Elmer stepped onto the opposite shore and looked around. He found an old hollow tree hidden deep in the forest. No one will ever find me here, he thought. Just as Elmer had made his own toys, he now used his special talents to make his new home. He built a comfy bed and a warm fireplace and a door to protect him from the chilling winds. My house has everything I could want, he boasted. Everything except my Mama and Papa. He found the tree, and then he made it into his house. The grass turned white with the first frost of winter. Elmer knew he would soon be the only duck left in the forest. His heart ached to see his parents once more before they flew south. As quietly as he could, he paddled back across the great pond and arrived just in time to see the flock readying for their journey. "We can't go without Elmer," he heard his Mama cry. "We can't stay here," Papa replied. If only I knew he was all right," Elmer whispered to himself from his hiding place. "I'm all right, Mama." The flock took to the sky, and Elmer waved goodbye. So there they are, all getting ready to fly south, and there he is, saying goodbye. This is when it gets intense. Hang on to yourselves. Just then a shot rang out, shattering the cold. Hunters leapt from behind trees, their guns blasting. The Dutch screamed in fright, struggling to fly as fast and as high as they could. Shot after shot tore through the air. The ducks fell like autumn leaves from the sky. Elmer breathed easier when he saw that most of the flock escaped from into the clouds. But then he realized that the hunters and their dogs would be coming. He was about to hide in the pond when he was stopped by the sound of a quiet moan. There's all the shooting. I'm not a fan of it. Duck hunting, not good. Not my thing. Terrified as he was, Elmer followed the sound. He parted the tall grass, and there, to his astonishment, he found his wounded papa. "Fly away, Elmer," Papa pleaded. "You don't see any other ducks coming back to rescue me. For once in your life, can't you act like a normal duck?" he argued. "Forget me and save yourself. That's what every other duck would do." With all his strength, Elmer lifted the old duck and carried him to the safety of the pond. It may not have been what any other duck would do, but Elmer knew in his heart that it was the right thing for him to do. He's teaching Daddy a lesson. See, it's never too late to learn. See, look at Elmer carrying his father. Papa was completely confused when he woke. "Where am I?" he quacked. "Don't worry, you're with me," Elmer answered, bringing a bowl of hot mushroom soup for his papa to eat. The old duck looked around and at the wonderful home. "You did all of this by yourself?" But then he remembered what had happened. "You must leave me here and fly south. No duck has ever survived the winter in the forest. Save yourself, son, please." Elmer answered calmly, "You've been sleeping for a long time, Papa. It's too late to leave." He opened the door so that Papa Duck could see the deep snow that covered the forest. Sometimes it just takes education, right? You just got to teach Papa that things can change. "Oh, son, what have I done to you?" "Don't worry, Papa," Elmer said. "We're going to have fun." So they're playing checkers, they're painting, he's cooking. And that was right. All winter long they played games, told jokes, and made things, and laughed and talked and got to know each other. Got the checkers and the painting, the soup, laughing. Yeah. Teaching an old duck new tricks. Let's see what's going to happen. It was on a warm, cloudless morning that the sky exploded with the sounds of honking and flapping. Spring had come. The ducks were returning home. They gathered in the large field and gave thanks for the safe journey. As the newly elected leader of the flock, Drake Duckling asked for a moment of silence to remember their fellow ducks who had not made it through the winter. "And let's not forget the ones shot by the hunters last fall." "And Elmer," Mama called out. "Don't forget we lost Elmer too." "Now who could forget Elmer?" Drake chuckled. "That little sissy." The other ducks joined in the laughter until a voice boomed forth. "If Elmer is a sissy, then I wish I were a sissy too," Drake angrily demanded. "Who said that?" To everyone's shock, Papa stepped forward. "Papa?" It was impossible. No duck had ever survived the winter in the forest. Not one. Not ever. Never. Mama ran to embrace Papa, and the other ducks wondered how. Look at that. There they are. There's Papa Duck. Yay, Papa Duck. Okay, what's going to happen now? Elmer was so engrossed in cooking a pot of dandelion stew that he never even knew his mama was there until she said, Are you two grown up to give me a kiss? Elmer cried with joy and hugged her. I always knew you were special, she whispered to him, and now everyone else knows too. I'm so proud of you. The entire flock cheered when Elmer stepped from his house. One by one, each duck congratulated him for his bravery and loyalty and ingenuity. Duckling sheepishly kicked the dirt with his webbed feet. He didn't know what to say except, "Way to go, Elmer," and he offered his wing for a high five. There's Mum hugging Elmer. And there's the whole flock cheering for Elmer. Let anybody tell you can't do something. As long as you can do it safely. Elmer took a deep breath and then he spoke his mind. I want to make one thing perfectly clear. I am the same duck that I have always been. I have not changed. I am a big sissy and proud of it. Drake took a step forward. You haven't changed, but maybe I have. Again he offered his wing, and this time Elmer slapped it hard as the flock rushed to surround their hero. There's the full picture. Look at that. See, Drake came in for the high five. Yes. Education's a good thing. It's what you can teach each other. On the last page. Over the years, Elmer learned that he was not so very different after all. Out in the world, he met lots of other ducks just like himself. No, Elmer was not so different, but he always did remain special. Yay! See? Now, Elmer. See, everybody is different and the same, all at the same time. Yeah, and it's important that everybody celebrates everybody's differences, and in this book, they come to find out that the sissy duckling, who is Elmer, had his own special traits that helped him survive something that somebody thought was impossible to do. So, he had learned how to survive, and he did. So he taught them all something new. All right. So, next I'm going to go into a 5-minute girl power story by Disney. These are new, so I don't know what they're all about, but they've been cute so far. So we're going to go to The Little Mermaid, The Tambourine Dance. Ooh, that sounds fun. Ariel loved the market. There was something new to see. One day she saw dancers. This is our traditional tambourine dance, one of the girls announced. Come learn how to do it. I'll be teaching a class tomorrow. Bring a tambourine. That would be fun, a tambourine class. Ooh, joyous. Ariel told Scuttle about it later. I'm going to my first dance class, she said. I want to be like the girls at the market. They had something called a tambourine. It made the loveliest sound. Do you know where I can get one? A tambourine is a kind of fruit, said Scuttle. You could find one at the fruit cellar. Thanks, Scuttle. You know everything, Ariel said. Oh, Scuttle. Oh, there's another page over here. Later that day, Ariel went straight to the fruit cellar. One tambourine, please, she said. No tambourines here. Try the music store. Ariel walked across the street and found something that looked like what the girls at the market had. It sounds like shells clinking together in the ocean, she said to the shopkeeper. Ariel purchased the instrument and ran to show Scuttle. This book is stiff because it's thick. There's the tambourine. She got the tambourine. Okay. Ariel called. "This is a tambourine. Of course, that's what I meant," he said. "The girls dance like this," said Ariel said. She held the tambourine up high in one hand, did a few steps, and started to spin until crash! "Not bad for a first try," said Scuttle. Ariel frowned and tried again. The next day, Ariel was nervous as she approached the class. Even though she had tried to practice, dancing was difficult for her. Just like me, I have a hard time dancing too, but I thoroughly enjoy it. "Welcome," said the teacher. "I'm Isabella. Thanks for coming. This dance is a bit tricky to learn, but remember, everyone here started out as a beginner, just like you. Except they've had legs forever," Ariel thought. Oh, yes, I guess that makes sense. Julio! "Okay, class, let's begin," said Isabella. Ariel stepped in line, but she stumbled and nearly fell on every spin. She couldn't remember which was her right leg and which was her left leg. After class, Ariel met her friends at the dock. "How was dancing?" asked Sebastian. "I'm hopeless," Ariel said. "I wish it was easy, like singing. I'm no good at spinning." "When you were young, singing was hard for you too," said Sebastian. "But you got better and better after you practiced." "I've always wanted to try dancing," said Flounder. "You can't give up now." "I have an idea," said Scuttle. "We'll help you practice at the beach." Good friends, eh? Gonna support her and help her practice. There she is at the dance class, and there she is telling all her friends of the day's adventures. Down near the shore, Sebastian spoke first. "I can teach you tricks for remembering left and right that I learnt from conducting the orchestra." Flounder joined in. "I'm great at spinning underwater, so I can help you with the turns." "And I'll squawk encouragements," Scuttle finished. "Okay," said Ariel. "With all your help, I'll have to get better." Sebastian started by showing Ariel how to remember her left and right. She practiced switching between her left and right leg, and she got better. After a bit, Scuttle squawked, "You've got it, kid!" She learned her left from her right, which is always tough. I know lots of people that still struggle with that. Next, she practiced with Flounder. "Before I spin underwater, I always find something straight ahead to look at," Flounder said. "That way, after I spin around, you know when to stop." Ariel spun around and stopped when she saw Flounder again. "A little wobbly, but much better," said Flounder. "A spinning sensation," squawked Scuttle. At her next dance class, Ariel had much more fun. Then she asked about the ribbons that the other dancers had on their tambourines. "They were gifts from our families for our first performance," one of the dancers said. "It's a tradition." Ariel wondered whether her family could possibly know about this tradition. Plus, how would her sisters find ribbons in the sea? After class, Ariel found Flounder, Sebastian, and Scuttle and told them about the ribbon tradition. A smile lit Flounder's face. He had a plan. Ariel spent every free moment practicing. All her hard work was paying off. She was becoming a good dancer. On the day of the performance, Flounder had arranged a surprise. One by one, King Triton and each of Ariel's sisters presented her with a special seaweed ribbon. Eric gave her a satin ribbon, too. Ariel was thrilled to be a part of the tradition. "I couldn't have done it without you," she told her friends. "Of course you could have," said Sebastian. "You're a natural." "You'll do great," said Flounder. "You're tambourine terrific," said Scuttle. That was smart thinking. Flounder got them all together and they all gave her ribbons. So cool. So cool. Never count the family out, right? It's just amazing what can come through. Finally, it was time for the class to perform. Ariel's whole family came to watch. Look at them all up there watching. They're all in the stands. They're there. That's so cool. And the girls twirled and danced while the tambourines jingled. After the final spin, the crowd cheered. Yay! They were so happy. So happy. After the performance, a little girl said to Ariel, "You did great. You did a great job in the dance. I wish I could dance like that. But it looked so hard." Ariel handed the little girl her tambourine. "Go on, shake it," she said. "That was the only thing I could do when I started. I couldn't spin, and I didn't know my right from my left. It took a lot of practice, but if I can do it, so can you. Go on, give it a try." Oh, too cool. Yeah, I believe that too. You can do anything you set your mind to. If you practice and you learn the way to do it, and you ask questions when you don't understand how to do it, yeah, those are all the great ways to make things change for the better. So that was some 5-minute girl power stories from Disney. They're trying. For those of you who's just joined in, or this is their first time, this is Storytime with Shane Onyou. I do it 4 times a week, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, Sunday, 3 p.m., live on Facebook and Instagram, and later posted to YouTube if you'd like to share later with friends, family. Please share far and wide. Tips are not a necessity, but if you do feel like you would like to, you can just email me an etransfer to the email on there. That would be great. If not, like I said, please share far and wide. It's great to share it out there. Put tags on it. Let people know about it. And it will be posted to YouTube by the end of the night tonight. So you can reuse it anytime during this pandemic or whenever. You just want to share it with friends. And this is my hamburger costume. Dun, 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 dun. All right. Moving on to our last book for the reading. This one was bought for me by my sister. She got it online, and I love this book. It's really cute. It's just a little short one. So there is much to love about life, and the book is called Life by Cynthia, Rylant, and Brendan Wenzel. So Life is the name of this last book for today. You can see. You see the life in there. Dun, dun, dun. I see eyes over here. Oh. Life begins small. Very small. Even for elephants, then it grows. An elephant. Dun, dun. The baby elephant in there. It's so cute. So cute. Beneath the sun and the moon, they're walking. The sunny days and the moon. They're not doing very good with social distancing, but we'll forgive them. This book was written before the social distancing thing. But mamas and babies, it's a little harder for them to have social distancing. Life grows. Ask any animal on earth, what do you love about life? It's a good question. Ask anybody you know today, and when you see them, say, what do you love about life? And then everybody can share their gratitude list for today. So here they all are. Look at that. I'll tell you what I love about life at the end. The hawk will say sky. The camel will say sand. See the sky over here? And then the sand over here for camel. And snake will say grass as he slithers through the grass. Everybody say it with me. Grass. That's fine. And turtle may remain quiet, as he has seen much in its 100 years. But turtle loves life. How could it not, with so much rain on its back? I think turtle likes water. Look at that. Yep. I like the rain too. Warm rain, not cold rain. Life is not always easy. There will probably be a stretch of wilderness now and then, like storms and, stuff like that. But wilderness eventually ends. They come out on the other side. See, coming out, and look, there's the sun up there again. And there is always a new road to take. Every day there's a new road, and it's a new experience every day. That's why you got to enjoy the moment and live for the moment. But remember this. In every corner of the world, there is something to love. Over here, there's a dog. Oh, kitty cat in the window. Meow. And something to protect. Oh, there's a gorilla in there. Can you see the gorilla in the woods there? And then a polar bear. And if one day it seems that nothing beautiful will ever come your way, a real dark picture. Trust the rabbit in the field and the deer who crosses your path. Trust the wolf and the wild goose who find their way back home. And all these know something about life. That everything is changing. And it is worth waking up in the morning to see what might happen. Beautiful day. Look at that. The whales and the baby whale going to the surface there. What new wonders the next new day will bring. Because life begins small. And grows. There we go. In the nighttime. So life begins small and grows, just like all of us do. And then it asks us what we love about life. And I challenge you to ask as many people today what they love about life. What I love about life is getting to see new people, meeting new people, learning new things, putting on drag, smiling, seeing other people smile, the sun. Oh, there's so many things I love about life, and why not? Why not, right? Even in these tough times, there's still enough time to be grateful for what we have, and be thankful for that. So, you know, it's very important that each day we remember what we're thankful for. I'm thankful for hamburgers. Yep, I like hamburgers. I like a lot of foods that aren't good for me. But, you know, in all the books that we read today, there was a lot of great morals. And you all have joined me today, and you continue to join me, and I'm very, very grateful for that. That's another thing I love about life. I like to read. I love to read. Who doesn't love to read? And those who know me, I love Sprite. Dun, dun, dun. My little promo. Wouldn't that be cool? Sprite messages you up because they want to sponsor you. But yeah, and I love reading books. So that has been story time for today. It ran a little longer than usual. So yeah, if any of you would like to show your appreciation, share far and wide, tag me, let your friends know about story time. I have no more sound on Facebook. Uh-oh. Hopefully everybody else can hear me. Anyways, Tuesdays, Thursdays, Saturdays, Sundays. Hope to see you guys there. If you'd like to show your appreciation, you could do it through etransfer, or share far and wide and tag. It's great to see y'all. Hope to see y'all on